Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can see in the thumbnail, this is haunt build season. This is haunt build video number 1, and I basically take you along in the process of basically developing the whole front cemetery this year, from the very beginning all the way to the lighting and animatronics at the very end. So if you want to see what it will probably look like most likely on Halloween night, you should watch all the way to the end of the video. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright everyone, it's haunt build season, so let's get into it. I didn't film this last night because these were being put up right before a big severe storm warning was coming in. And I'm happy to report that these have actually survived the night. I was watching them outside a little bit. They were supposed to be 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and they were moving a little bit. But they stayed true, and they're still up. And they don't even have the archway up yet, so it's fine. It would be more stronger if the arch was up. But we put these up. They're basically in the center here, and this is the basis for what's to come. And I'm sorry if I sound a little different. It's because I'm not wearing my mic today. I'm going to try and stay close to the camera as much as possible, but I don't really just want to be walking around with my mic stuff on, working out and potentially getting it damaged or whatnot. So I'm just going to use the phone's mic, and hopefully that does a good enough job. It usually works fine. But you can see all the other stuff back there that needs to get set up. So we're going to hopefully get a lot of this done today. Get the front cemetery's main set pieces up and looking good.
All right, so I'm trying something new here. We're doing a little time lapse, and you can see how fast it is because of the clouds just moving so fast in the background there. But this is just us putting up the main archway. There's some wires that need to get plugged in before we slot the arch on. So that's what we're just making sure is going on right now. And then there's my dad going up there, and he's plugging in the cords so all the gargoyles and tombstone stuff light up. And then here we're making our little mounts for our fences. Since this is all a totally new design, we've had to customize some of the existing pillars and such to be able to mount these fences because they go in the middle of the pillars now. On the old ones, they used to go on the back. But that's what we're doing now, and we can see we're setting up the Apache Cemetery sign. Here are the mounts being installed to the already pre-existing cemetery monument stuff. So you can get a quick little idea of how that is put in, and then it's all just locked in with a nut and bolt right there. But that's really the gist of how the whole fence got set up this year.
And here is what we've got so far. It's really loud out here. All the cicadas are really being annoying. So I'll try to talk over them. Hopefully I'll talk right up to the camera here. But here you can see all the pillars all set up. We have some extensions of the fence coming up this way a little bit. 2 extensions right here, and then some added toppers right here. Supposed to look a little bigger, more ornate, because it's like a bigger pole, or fence rather. I need to still weather these. These look a little too nice at this point in time. But the whole fence is complete. This is all that we're getting at this year. It's not like a full fence around the whole yard, but it gets your point across. But here is the Apache Cemetery with the gargoyles on top. I haven't put these in with the lights yet, but they will be eventually once we get more power out here. Nothing is really ran in terms of power. I didn't even really film any of the tombstones, which I do apologize for, but half of it was filmed at night and you couldn't really see any of it. But this is a general idea of where everything's going to be going. You also got to consider that some of the animatronics have their own sets of tombstones. So I guess I could do a quick rundown of where those are planning to go and such. But back between the gargoyle and this angel statue will probably be the guardian of the grave, right in that little opening. I know I want the pop-up zombie gonna be between the gargoyle and the mausoleum right here, because people, when they walk, they're gonna be walking right up, and then he'll be like the first little jump scare sort of a thing. And then right here between this one and that one is gonna be the caretaker, the creepy caretaker with his tombstone, and then the grave digger will be right here behind that tombstone. And he will be awesome because he points in the direction they have to go. How convenient was that, really? It's gonna be super cool. And then I think I'm gonna have Demonica over there. I literally just picked up a chain to the grave from 2012 and I'm going to want to probably place him right here. I don't know where I was, but I just looked into the sky and was like, wow, it's really dark out. And then I looked on my weather app and it said we're under a severe thunderstorm warning right now. So I don't know how long I'm gonna go with this before it starts to rain, but I'll just try to quickly finish what I was talking about out here before it starts to downpour. But I think I was talking about tombstones and stuff, so Chain to the Grave is gonna go like right there, and he's like, take one step into this graveyard and become one of, oh my gosh. But Chain to the Grave is gonna go like right here. And then I know Demonica's gonna go somewhere over there. And I also got the tombstone lifter from this guy who also sold me the Chain to the Grave. And I thought it'd be quite funny to have them trigger at the exact same time, since they say the exact same thing, and just have one on this side and then one on that side, and they both lift up their tombstones at once. I thought that would be pretty eerie, but I also thought it'd be kind of comedic and stupid. So I'm not really sure if I'm gonna actually go through with that. Right here is gonna be the Grave Watcher, no surprise there. And then the Grim Graven Angel will be on top of his monument, as he is every year. And then you got the two Home Depot little cemetery statue things. They're not really tombstones, but they add character. I like the symmetry I'm trying to achieve, or like a forced perspective to draw you in right here. That's the goal, I guess. But yeah, Gravedigger over there, there'll be one of the spirit trees right here. And then right here is going to be somewhere I want to really build up a scene. I'm going to have the Reaper of Souls basically behind this tombstone, and then the Deadlift zombie right in front of this one. And hopefully I remember to pull up the image, but it's supposed to look very similar to how they were set up back in the day in 2009. And then we'll have a spirit tree right behind them. So that's the agenda. We'll see how true it stays. But yeah, that's what I want to do. So here I just turned on the lights because I want to show you that. But in case you don't know, these are the Spirit ISC lights from 2023, along with those little pendant marker pattern things. The wind's starting to blow. I wonder if the storm's coming. But yeah, these gargoyles are going to be lit up eventually to blend in with this stuff. But I really do enjoy how this is all coming together as of right now. So the entrance will be right here. You'll enter in and then take a left to head over to the hotel and circus display. And then the guests will exit out of the gate that they always do, and then come down this path and then just kind of enter out the side here. Because last year we had them walk through the cemetery again, but I found that myself walking out, all the light shining kind of blinded me walking back. So I didn't really enjoy that. So I thought it'd be better just to have them come out the side here. So we cut the tree up, so hopefully the people can really stay close to the tree and just come out right here, this little exit. And that should be good enough. But yeah, here's the Apache Reaper, and that is basically everything that I really have to show you at this point. So I guess we'll just cut to the next bit in this video. All right, so this is the progress for the night. All day I basically spent wiring up all of this detail lighting, and it took a long time because I had to make all the plugs, solder all the plugs together, and figure out the lengths and stuff. It's not done, but we got to a good point, a good stopping point for the night. I want to make some more candles and stuff, but that takes time in and of itself. So hopefully eventually I make some more candles. But all this is running off of 12 volts. These little candles over here, the mausoleum over there in that area where Demonica is, that's all running off of 12 volts. Even up here at the front, you got these little spotlights shining on the pillars. But we've got the main spotlights, the ISE lights from last year up. I'm using 4 of them at this moment in time, and I'm not sure how I like it just yet. I do know I want greens and blues, but I don't like this guy being all green. I kind of want some blue on him. So I might have to like tilt this light a little bit and see where we get. But I do like how Demonica looks with the blue, and then she also has some red spotlights, 2 of them. The other one's hiding behind the tombstone. But those are supposed to make it look like she's coming out of the underworld, sort of a deal. Change up the vibe a little bit. You can see the other one right there. Right there. But I love the look of her, and next to her will be the creepy caretaker, and then Gravedigger, and then a tree. And this tombstone right here needs some light to accentuate it. So I think I might put a lantern there, see how that looks. It kind of fits the idea of grave robberies, sort of a deal. Kind of like this lantern right here. It gives off a good amount of light on the tombstone. It doesn't really show up that well in the video, but this little technique is called motivated lighting. So right here you can see one of the sets of candles. Now there's LEDs in the candle themselves, but behind the LED candles is a little spotlight, and that spotlight is projecting the light onto the actual tombstone to give the vibe of that this is actually flickering onto there, but it's not. If you were to cover this up, you can see that this is absolutely just blue. Those don't do anything. It's that spotlight that makes it look a little different. Now the point of all that is to break up the blue washed out colors of the floodlights over here. We want to bring out some variations. So that's the goal with those floodlights, but you can see almost all of them. And these are like eagle eye car lights here. They're meant to go on a car, but you can see each candle basically has one main little spotlight to give that effect. And some of them I have it positioned to make it look like it's shining up the actual sayings on here. Trying to. I'm in the process of getting like some special stakes, so instead of just staking them in with ground stakes, they'll actually have a stake that props them up a little bit to hopefully make it a little better and make it more controllable of where the light goes, because I'd really like the hope is long gone message to really get lit up by the amber color. But as you can see, it's really coming together nicely. I can't remember if I filmed this last night, but I had a light out here to illuminate the archway as well as the Apache Cemetery sign. I'm working on it. Plan is to make some brackets to put up in the tree here to shine down on the main pillars and stuff to make it look like moonlight. It's going to be a purplish blue color, and hopefully that illuminates all of these pillars and fences a little better, because one, right now on the video, this just looks like a shadow. You can't even see the details on the main archway, so that is kind of unfortunate, but that's the goal with the spotlights of the main purple colors. And I'm also going to just use one of our main color changing Bluetooth spotlights to go on the Apache Cemetery sign, trying to get it to match this color as close as possible over here, and then just have it shine here and hopefully illuminate the whole sign. That's the goal. We'll see how successful we are, but that's a good amount of work that has gone in for tonight. So I'm probably going to be done for the night and see whatever I do in the next clip. Okay, so once again, a few days later, and you can tell some very obvious differences. Not sure if these were a part of it, but have added all the accent lighting, worked on it some more, got the stakes finally, so all of those little lights are actually really staked in the ground. They're not just laying there. Now we just got to do the candles. That one's just on the ground. It's going to start a fake fire. But here is the biggest thing. Now, I'm not sure what video is going to come out first, the deadlift zombie video or this one, but that is the final resting place for the deadlift and the Reaper of Souls under the green lighting. For right now, I think it's a good finish. I might add another green fire and ice light to this side because it's a little dark over here and you can't really see the tree all that well, as well as anything over here. This is all pitch black. And then just use the other blue fire and ice to shine on those tombstones back there. It's a little dark in that corner. Might want to light that up a little bit. Same with over here in the back of the cemetery. This needs to get lit up too. But that is where they sit. The tree is right there. It looks great. Moving on to the archway, you can see that there is an actual gate here. Now, it's not painted yet. It's still in the white primer. But this is a fully functional gate that opens and closes off of rebar staked into the ground, as well as a pivot point up here, if you can kind of see that. And it works really good. Look at how smoothly it swings open and closes. And so basically when the night begins, we'll open it, and when the night ends, it'll get closed up, and then we'll lock it in place. There's a lock, an old-fashioned padlock with a key, and it's actually a skeleton key. But that is what it's going to be, and it works really well. As you can see, it just swings open. But yeah, very, very nice. Now, we're basically at the point of having all the things in, all the trees are in, mainly most of the stuff is together. Now, hopefully, I'm hoping tomorrow if the weather is nice, to really set up all the animatronics and get a good photo shoot, as well as the ending point of this video, basically calling the front cemetery complete. That's the hope anyways. But for right now, we have the Deadlift Zombie and the Reaper of Souls together here, and I will activate those for you. Now they're on a wireless remote, and hopefully it works well, but when it comes time for Halloween night, it'll be on like its own little pre-controlled, coded timer box thing. And but for now, it's on remote. So here's Deadlift. And then here's the Reaper. So exactly how it would have been back in 2009. Again, the main point of this haunted house is to really pay homage to all of the old themes from yesteryear. That's the main point that I like to do. Just totally be influenced by what Old Spirit was like. And this is the first section you're gonna see that is really like that. You got the jute netting on the ground, the tree behind it, even added some freaky fabric that is brand new from Spirit this year. That's a green dye color to add to the branches to make it look like dead leaves or whatnot. Definitely want to add more to it as the season draws closer. I want to get some Spanish moss to drape from the tree, as well as some of the synthetic leaves that were in the ISC last year. Maybe like zip tie a few to some branches to make it look like there's a few remaining leaves on the tree. But for now, that looks fine enough. I haven't done it to that side yet, but hopefully do it in the next couple of days here. But yeah, overall, very happy with how this is all coming out, and I hope you are as well. So hopefully I cut to the next shot and it will be the last little portion of this first haunt build video. Okay, it is currently 10:41 p.m. on a Saturday, and I just about got everything that I wanted out, minus a few things, but the majority of it's out here. We got a very good rough idea of what it's gonna look like on Halloween night, minus our little grave watcher over there, and the guardian of the grave is missing right there, but we should be able to get that covered. But everything else is set up. You got the iconic duo from 2009, you have the Grim Graven Angel way back there. All of the techie toys items are set up right here. You got the chain to the grave, Demonica, Creepy Caretaker, and the Grave Digger. So yeah, everything is pretty much set up. We also have our pop-up zombie hanging out right there. He's very subtle. You can't even really tell until he gets activated. But the nice part is that everything on here gets powered by a remote, minus those two. Demonica's on a sensor. The Creepy Caretaker might be on one of my boxes, but he may also just run on his timer, because I also got to think about the Grave Watcher, who's going to be inside the little mausoleum right there. So we'll see how that goes. I don't even know which Grave Watcher I'm going to use, either the 2023 or the 2013 model. Part of me wants to use the 2013 model for the reason of just having it go with the theme of basically everything out here is old. But the 2023 model might just work better with lighting. We'll see what happens. I also want to add some more fire and ice lights in here, because it's really dark right here, and this should be the brightest part, because it's like the focal points right where you walk in with the archway and the gate and all that. But for right now, it's pretty nice, and it's pretty to a point where I'm happy. But I just want to go through everything and show you what's going on. So again, the Deadlift and Reaper of Souls are on their own remote right here. And then he goes off. Moving on, you got the Grim Graven Angel on his little pedestal. He's on a speaker, but I have it toned down right now considering it's almost 11 o'clock at night. But he works. And then you've got the pop-up zombie right there. So that's pretty good. That should get a few scares. You can't really tell that he is even there. You're so distracted by everything else, so hopefully that gets a good couple of scares as the first scare of the haunt And then my favorite section is our little Arthur Crawley and the Grave Digger section right here. So he goes off first, starts lifting the tombstone. Also like the candle shining on the lettering. And then the Grave Digger goes off as well. And the awesome part is that he points. He's telling you to go this way, which I love. I love that so much. That's just awesome. It couldn't have come out more perfect. But the pointing is amazing. But that is really everything that we have done here. I think this is a good stopping point of the front cemetery because it is basically 100% complete, I would say, to the most part. Of course, there's little detail things, but we got to work on everything else. So hopefully you all enjoyed the first segment of the 2024 haunt builds. Hopefully there's many more to come. I'm not sure what I'm going to work on next, but I'm thinking of either the swamp or the farmhouse. But that's all I have for you today. So I just want to say thank you all so much for watching this video. And if you like what you see, please consider subscribing and liking the video. This took a lot of work all day today. I was really trying to get it all wired in. And we came up a little short, but got most of it done, because I really wanted to show you guys like the full ideal finished product, and I think you guys are getting a pretty good rough idea of what it's going to look like on Halloween. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.